I just want to welcome everybody today. My name is Anna Zubia. I'm the Vice President of Marketing at Webgility. And on behalf of us, we're really excited that you could join us from around the country today to really get an exclusive omni-channel success, just kind of war chest of tips from Sean Buckley over at Shopify. But before I hand the mic over to Sean, I just want to give you guys a few reminders as attendees. So if you've got a question during the presentation for Sean or for myself, please use the webinar Q&A function. So we're going to hold all the questions to the end, and then we'll try to get through as many of those as we can. If we don't get to yours, don't worry about it. We're actually going to follow up this webinar with a blog that takes all those questions and goes into much deeper of a dive. So populate us up with questions. We'll make sure that they get answered one way or another. If you happen to have like any technical questions or concerns during the course of the webinar, please pop in that chat feature, type out your questions. One of our friendly Webgility team members is standing by to help you get those sorted out. And shortly after today's event, we're actually going to upload this webinar. So we're recording right now. We're going to get that uploaded, and we'll email each and every one of you the link so that you can go back and listen again or share with some of your colleagues. So after those housekeeping items, let's actually just dive in and kind of get started on this presentation. So Sean's got some great topics to cover today, and I'm sure every single one of you can really attest today's retail marketplace, it's changing at a breakneck speed. And both like during the height of the pandemic, as well as like where retail community starts to come back to this new normal, a lot of our savvy sailors are really embracing this omni-channel commerce strategy to meet those new consumer demands. So future thinking retailers, like they're realizing that those shoppers that have been served up this unified customer experience that's really like the heart of omni-channel strategy, they're a lot more engaged. They show increased loyalty, and hey, ding ding, they spend a lot more. And so, unfortunately though, that's the flip side of it. Offering a seamless customer experience through multiple and physical and digital channels is really not easy, and it's not for the faint of heart. So that's what we brought Sean in today. We've got an omni-channel expert in the house from the e-commerce powerhouse Shopify to jump in and kind of give us some of those tips from what he's seen over the last year to really help you be successful in omni-channel. So Sean, a little bit about him, a dear friend of mine, excited to have him here. He's from Shopify's retail practice. His team, their mission is to improve e-commerce or commerce for everyone. And his primary focus is really helping merchants unify the in-store and online sales experience with the tools that really set them up for what the future of retail looks like. So as such, one of Sean's big obsessions is really looking at the problems that merchants are facing day to day and trying to take a merchant first approach to every project he does. So I want to thank Sean for being here today and pass the mic over to him and let him share with you guys the 3 Shopify secrets for omnichannel retailers. Take it away, Sean.
Awesome, thank you so much. All right, well, I will jump right into it. Today, I'm going to talk about omnichannel for the most part, and the 3 Shopify success secrets for omnichannel retailers. And I didn't just leave it at the 3 secrets. We have a couple other things in there that that our successful merchants do in the omnichannel world that set them up for success. So first off is the omnichannel opportunity. The customer expects a seamless buying experience across channels. Retail businesses that deliver will take market share, earn loyalty, and scale faster. 2030 has been pulled forward to the present. The last year accelerated nearly a decade of e-commerce evolution in just a few months. While the world is once again open for business, it's still not business as usual. In a matter of days, traditional bricks and mortar merchants began selling online for the first time. From e-commerce product bundles to curbside pickup, an omni-channel approach allowed these retail businesses to continue selling despite lockdowns, travel bans, and forced retail closures. The omni-channel experience is more than giving customers places to buy. The true power of omni-channel is realized when channels work together in harmony to immerse consumers in a highly personalized experience that also respects the stage of the buying cycle that the consumer is in. The omni-channel experience should feel so seamless that the customer can skip from one channel to another without realizing their movement down your sales funnel as a merchant. So I have a quote here from Francisco Rivas, the leader of Google's retail sales team. And as you start to understand how people are being driven to your stores, the next thing you have to do is get an idea of what your target market is and what they look like. You can get a greater sense of the person who's using your brand and your products as they touch different channels. You learn more about them and their habits. And so the last year magnified the fact that shoppers prefer omni-channel shopping. They'll use as many as a dozen channels or devices before making a purchase decision. And those touch points involve hopping between the digital and physical worlds. What they expect and need from you varies widely by channel, depending on what stage of the customer journey that they're in. During the last year, the trend towards buy online, pick up in store, also known as curbside pickup, increased by 62%. Offering omni-channel shopping and fulfillment can drive sales in a new commerce future as customers become accustomed to picking up orders that they once might have paid to ship. So what is omni-channel retailing? Omnichannel retailing is a fully integrated approach to commerce that provides shoppers a unified experience across all channels or touch points. So this means in-store shopping, in-person shopping or offline, e-commerce marketplaces, mobile websites or your online web store, applications, social marketing, retargeting and sales, messaging and SMS, and deeply personalized email marketing. Omnichannel retailing doesn't need you to be everywhere. It just needs you to be everywhere that your customers are. And it involves integrating each touch point to offer customers exactly what they need when they need it on any device. The lesson is that commerce is rapidly becoming channel agnostic, which gives customers the choice of where to purchase. It becomes your job to optimize their experience on the most relevant sales channels based on your target customer's shopping behavior. And so today I'm going to focus on how a strong omnichannel strategy and tactics can be applied not just to what channels your customers purchase from, be it online or in store or in an app marketplace, but also on how you can craft an omnichannel strategy to maximize the way that your customers get to the point of purchase. So let's take a look at some subject matter on why crafting a unified customer experience is crucial to omnichannel success, and secrets to offering a seamless brand journey in both the digital and physical worlds. So why is a unified customer experience crucial to omnichannel success? Number one, up to 73% of shoppers, that's 3 in 4 shoppers, use multiple channels. So that means they might be purchasing in-store and online from your brand or from your store, or through social channels. These shoppers, they take a non-linear path to purchase. And non-linear means that they might start on one surface or investigating in one channel and then move to the next, do some more investigation, research. They can be influenced both positively and potentially negatively through that experience, but their path to purchase wasn't as simple as walking by your store display, seeing something in the window, walking inside and buying. And then offline to online, vice versa, it can be a mix of the two. And this is channel hopping, and it's the new shopping norm. Modern solutions help facilitate this flow. So a good example is having your point of sale integrated with your online store. A customer can make a purchase in person. Next, you can market cross-sell items that to that customer in a personalized email campaign where the customer can check out via your online store. So the in-person purchase started a customer journey that led to a cross-sell purchase happening online. That's a repeat purchase from your customer, increased revenue for you, the merchant, and you were able to increase your sales without having to drive the customer back to a single channel. And this is the ability to reach your customers everywhere. It's also important to have an understanding of general customer behavior. So here we have 5 stages on in like a traditional marketing funnel and how your customer behavior looks in that funnel. The first stage is awareness, and this is where we create awareness of the brand or the store. So this includes things like PR, radio, print advertising, out of home, word of mouth, online ads, pay-per-click in the digital world, email. Second stage, consideration, social ads, reviews, blogs, media, direct email again. The third stage is the conversion stage. So this is when the customer actually makes the purchase. And this includes online shopping, in-person shopping, marketplaces. So Walmart or eBay, if you're dialed into those marketplaces, as well as mobile shopping. The next stage, we have retention. And this is where you have community forums and frequently asked questions, knowledge bases, things like that. And then finally, advocacy. And this is a very important stage because this is where you drive repeat purchases. This is where your customers turn from being just a one-time visit to a multiple-time visit and become much more valuable to your business. Those customers also become advocates for your business. So they make referrals to their friends. You should check out this spot, you should check out that spot, or see this product, I had a great experience, etc. And maybe they'll do that to their social communities via social media. This is word of mouth marketing, social proof, and it builds brand or store loyalty. But you have to notice that the purchase decision, that purchase stage, it's influenced long before a shopper becomes a customer. So it's crucial to be present as an omni-channel merchant in pre-purchase channels like online ads or customer review sites. This is an understanding of how customers find your checkout, insights on who your target shoppers are. And so that brings us to some of the fun stuff. Secret number 1, successful omni-channel merchants use insights to understand their customer's journey. So the key point here is understanding your customer's journey. So how are some of the best merchants building awareness, educating customers, persuading purchase decisions, and retaining long-term customers? Well, those actions are actually stages of the customer journey, and they each have a different goal. And each stage needs specific messaging on each channel. And that's something I'll touch on a little later. Here's an example of a customer journey. So shoppers discover new products through social and display ads. They start with a generic product category or local searches, and they compare options. And this is them evaluating and researching. When they've narrowed their list, they do brand or store related searches and seek reviews or referrals from friends. Next, they sign up for emails from the brand or store they're evaluating and maybe access discounts or promotions. And then finally, they make their purchase directly through an e-commerce site, app, or in-store. So the takeaway here is that the majority of the buying decision happens before a customer walks in your store or visits your site. And they'll interact with multiple touch points while they do that. It's the 0 moment of truth. And that's a reference to the time frame when somebody researches a product before deciding to buy it. Using omni-channel tools that provide you insight into your customer's journey, that's a superpower that allows our top merchants to build an omni-channel strategy to provide maximum impact for their business. They're using their omni-channel tools to understand the customer's journey. How are your customers discovering your product in store? And does it differ by area or demographic or age? Does that necessitate one strategy for one group of people or customers and a second for another? You can glean insights that answer these questions and then make strategic investments in that part of the customer journey accordingly. And that leads us to secret number 2. And that's successful omnichannel merchants use insights to identify their top conversion paths. So again, here, the key is understanding the top conversion paths. Identifying where your customers come from prior to making a purchase on one of your channels is crucial. The goal here is to map your customer's pre-purchase journey. So in part 1 is secret 1, understanding your customer journeys. And number 2 is actually mapping those journeys so that you can understand, where did the journey start? How many touch points did it take before the purchase was made? What were these touch points? And do you see a trend starting to emerge there? Are some touch points more impactful than others? So if a customer takes 6 touch points to get to your checkout, was there one touch point that is showing up on all of the customer journeys? Does it have more impact? And is that an insight that you should take action on? How are channels interacting with one another on the path to purchase? Did they start with an online ad and then go to your website and then buy something and then pick up in store? Did they start with an online ad and then investigate on your website and then make an in-store purchase or check out on your website? Did they try something on and then decide to check out online? These are things that you can understand in that customer journey. And finally, is one path providing more revenue than others or higher transaction volume? And these are things that will impact your bottom line. These questions are the questions that top omnichannel merchants ask and seek to answer so they can build an informed strategy to maximize on their objectives. Example objectives could be increasing revenue, increasing turn, or just higher transaction volume or average transaction volume. They map the conversion pathways and they're able to weigh the value of one versus the other. When you use insights from your tools to map and understand your conversion pathway, you can see how your available channels interact along those paths. So you want to identify the conversion paths that produce the most valuable customers and focus on the profitable paths to increase the quality of your customer base. You can go even deeper by segmenting customers from your most profitable paths based on how you might assess their lifetime value. And this leads us into secret number 3. Successful omnichannel merchants use insights to segment and prioritize. So creating buyer segments. Here's how. You can create buyer segments based on the number of purchases existing customers have made. And so here's a quick example that I've thrown up on the slide. You have your one-time buyer, and that's just one purchase. A repeat buyer, say 2 purchases. And then finally, a local buyer, 3+ purchases. Now you could adjust these based on your own business rules, but what the ultimate goal is to get your customers to be in that loyal buyer 3x purchases group. Customers who are in that segment, they have a higher lifetime value to your business than customers who stay in the one buyer stage. And by that, I mean a customer who's bought 3 times from you, they've now visited 3 times, you've had 3 times of the revenue and margin from that customer versus customers that might have only visited once. And so you can segment them and then begin to prioritize these customer groups with different tactics and different actions. These segments are examples that you can tailor to suit your sales volume and expectations. Our top merchants don't just stop at the number of purchases when they segment. They layer in multiple factors like geography, age, and others to build a deeper understanding of who their customers are. Success can be found in understanding the customer journey that was taken by your loyal buyer base, so that 3+ purchase base, and then building tactics to encourage more of that journey. Also, you will be able to experiment with different approaches to create journeys that encourage more one-time buyers to become repeat and then eventually loyal. So the goal here is to understand the customer journey, understand their path to purchase, segment your valuable customers from your one-time buyers, and then invest in the journeys that turn one-time buyers into repeat buyers. More one-time buyers become repeat, eventually loyal, and this is achieved by accessing the data and insights an omni-channel solution can serve up to you as a merchant versus a multi-channel setup that isn't sharing the data and has it siloed into different platforms. You can see the exact path each individual customer took before buying. And this shows you how much each customer has spent. And top merchants are even looking at attribution to show the multiple devices, phones, and apps the customer used through their journey, even when the purchase takes place in store on the point of sale system. And so that means that your point of sale is interconnected with that first time that customer might have clicked on an Instagram ad that you served up to them on their phone. And you can see that entire path to purchase and who the pathways that your most valuable customers are taking, and apply tactics and invest in those pathways to amplify your most valuable customer base. So now I'm going to look at how the fastest growing Shopify retailers are overcoming omni-channel chaos, building brand loyalty, and fueling sales. How are they growing? So the fastest growing omni-channel retailers are bridging the digital and the physical worlds to allow customers to buy wherever they are. What's an example of this look like? A journey can start on social channels. Interested shoppers can click through to visit your online store, which immediately offers incentives to opt into email marketing. And an example of what an incentive could be a time-bound promo code for something like shipping or a group of products that you might have in your store. And being time-bound promotes a sense of urgency to activate on that code. Opting in gives permission to receive marketing emails and enables purchases across channels. For example, consumers can purchase via Facebook, or marketing messages can drive traffic to the online store to shop new arrivals. But why stop it online? You can drive traffic to your retail store as well, or both. Customers can be targeted across multiple channels to experience your products in person at your retail location, which can offer curbside pickup for online orders. And what I mean by that is you can actually have somebody shop in store, and then if they don't check out in person, you can email them that cart and then remarket to them and then have them check out that item online at any time. To drive engagement across channels and increase conversions, you can invite customers to show off with user-generated content. Pictures of their purchase shared on social channels and then tagging your store or your brand in it. So here's a powerful stat. User-generated content, including reviews, is used by 84% of customers to make purchase decisions, and you can host it on your online store or socials like Facebook and Instagram. After engaging with user-generated content, the customer can make purchase decision natively on each of those channels. The fastest growing omni-channel retailers are excellent at omni-channel marketing. I know that seems to go hand in hand. If they're great at marketing, then they're probably great at driving traffic and converting sales. But I'll take a look right now at what does that marketing actually look like? What tactics are they using? The omni-channel marketer understands that the aim of one campaign should blend smoothly into the next. Each touch point works together to deliver a cohesive, tailored experience. Abandoned carts lead to email coupon codes. The coupon codes can be redeemed online or in store. So if they were shopping for something online, you can drive that traffic from that abandoned cart with the coupon code towards your store as well. In an integrated omni-channel solution, abandoned carts don't have to live just online. If a customer is shopping in person and decides not to purchase something, that item can be remarketed to them, perhaps coupled with a coupon, and drive the customer to the online checkout. Retargeting ads remind prospects of those discounts. Discounts that, again, can apply on any of your sales channels. Completed orders result in cross-sells and even financing options for other products. Again, this isn't limited to online purchases. An omni-channel solution that integrates in-store point of sale and online channels allows you to cross-sell online from purchases made in-store and even the other way around. So again, for example, customers' online purchase history is readily available on the point of sale. And that allows merchants to provide a tailored shopping experience right from their associates in store. And this can be in the form of suggested products to cross-sell, tailored to that specific customer based on their omni-channel purchase history. These product recommendations are displayed to the store associate right on the point of sale at the point of purchase. So again, that means that if somebody has been buying on Facebook, if they purchased from you from your online store, you can see that purchase history of that specific customer right on your point of sale and have your point of sale make suggested upsells or cross sells to that customer to your store associate while they're actually interacting with them. And you can have that work the other way around as well. So in-store purchases influencing the cross-sell or upsell of their online checkout. Some tips and tricks for omni-channel marketing. I have two here. One is start with micro-tailored messaging, and I'll touch on what that is in a second. And the other one is don't ask for the sale right away. Starting with micro-tailored messaging, treating customers differently is the hallmark of omni-channel marketing. For new visitors, the omni-channel marketer can start by subtly acknowledging where the visitor came from. The strategy here is to discern customer intent from their traffic source. For instance, if a new user came from Pinterest, as I have up here on the slide, you can acknowledge this with a special coupon for Pinterest visitors. It's a welcome and relevant personal touch that builds on the micro conversion the visitor has already taken. Clicking on your link from Pinterest and moves them towards the macro conversion of becoming a buyer. Now on to don't ask for the sale. Well, at least don't ask for it immediately. Instead, ask new visitors for their email by offering an irresistible incentive. Experiment with overlays that are triggered when a new visitor comes to your site. Not only does collecting emails reduce the amount of anonymous traffic your site might receive, it positions you better to send future emails and communications. Email also opens up a new marketing channel that often converts better, reduces customer acquisition costs, and that means it will yield a better return on your investment. Getting email addresses should be one of the omni-channel marketers' top conversion goals because email can be a great place to test and better understand somebody's complete user journey across your channels. So this ties back to that pre-purchase pathway. And understanding your most profitable pre-purchase pathway is one of the secrets to success, but also testing how to drive different customer cohorts to that profitable pathway is something that is really well done if you have their email contact. Asking for email addresses serves two purposes. It helps identify anonymous users not identified by other means. And for previously identified users, email opens up a new lower cost marketing channel. You don't have to pay for advertisements if you can just email them at a lower cost to your customer base. Now I'm going to look at the dangers of omni-channel data loss and tips for building a truly integrated commerce tech stack that leverages insights and maximizes profitability. So enabling commerce everywhere. The omni-channel retailer looks to utilize a tech stack that extends their storefront across multiple channels, including in person via retail storefronts and point of sale, online via e-commerce and marketplaces, social channels like Facebook, Pinterest, and Instagram, and messaging channels. And it's one thing to have all of these channels active and have your store or your commerce be able to sell through these channels, but they need not just exist. They have to be fully integrated and sharing data with one another. And if they aren't connected, you run the risk of data not being shared and potentially lost. You're definitely not maximizing the insights the data can provide to you and your business, including the pre-purchase journey and then the post-purchase. This could be inventory data, sales or order data, as well as the customer data that serves insights to activate on the 3 secrets I mentioned earlier. In a worst case scenario, the data could be lost as you manually try to reconcile it between your channels. In an integrated omni-channel environment, the world is truly your storefront, a world of in-person retail, screens, devices, and touch points your target market is using. The omni-channel retailer sees each touch point as a potential point of sale. Besides delivering the right message at the right time, the omni-channel retailer advocates internally to make each touch point shoppable. If somebody adds a product to their cart from your website, it needs to be in their mobile app's cart too. If they land on Facebook, they need to be shown suggested products based on that previous product viewing. With these deep connections between your sales channels, you can run promotion campaigns within multiple social media channels, drive traffic to your site, and have users explore how others use your product through a channel like Pinterest, then check out directly from there. Pattern your omni-channel strategy after Disney. That's an example I've thrown in here where they offer an immersive customer experience across their mobile app, website, and theme parks. Now, I know we're just stores and we're not necessarily Disney, but using omni-channel technology stack and the solutions that are available in market today, you can replicate that experience, even at a single storefront that exists only online or in person or both. The omni-channel tech stack isn't just sales and customer focused. It also means managing inventory and fulfillment from all of your sales channels in a connected way. So omni-channel commerce means you're managing inventory not only from online and retail stores, but also managing the inventory across your social channels. And this poses new challenges on inventory management and fulfillment, for which you need the right tech stack. Centralizing your back-end operations can prevent from margin erosion, inventory shortages, double selling, and costly logistic issues. I'm going to start with inventory management, and it's a big one. Rather than managing inventory with a spreadsheet, an omni-channel inventory management tool equips you to manage inventory with real-time updating and inventory counts. This helps you have the right inventory in the right place at the right time, which is crucial to executing your strategy across channels. It also allows you to consolidate your sales channels so you can manage every product, order, and customer in one place, or have a single source of truth to help you make smarter decisions. Here are some of the benefits of having all of your inventory aggregated into one place. Real-time visibility into the inventory counts across all of your locations and channels. Synchronizing inventory counts across multiple locations and channels. So it's one thing to be able to see the inventory, it's another for it all to be synced up. Automatically updating inventory counts across all channels with every sale. So if something sells on Facebook, all of your other sales channels knows that that inventory is now decreased by what sold on Facebook. And the same thing goes for point of sale, and the same thing goes for online and for app marketplaces if you are integrated into them as well. This helps reduce costly out of stocks, dead stock, and preventable returns. The new inventory quality you have available will be reflected across every sales channel connected to your system. And preventing those problems provides for a better customer experience, which impacts the post-purchase part of your sales funnel and makes your customers become repeat buyers and advocates. Tracking your inventory turnover ratio to assess the health of your business. You can create rule-based order routing and then accurately forecast demand and replenish inventory more efficiently, getting into more of a just-in-time model as opposed to having dead stock sitting on your shelves that might not have needed to be ordered. Your inventory system must integrate with your point of sale system to optimize your online to offline strategy. Integrated tech stacks can help you become operationally efficient across channels and deliver a world-class customer experience. Next, I'll touch on order management. And this is being able to see all of your orders and in-store sales from your channels in one place, both new and as a complete order history. If somebody made a purchase online and wants to return it in store, it's an easy order lookup and can be located from one database that's interconnected across all of your sales channels. Next, fulfillment. So understanding the state of an order from any channel is key. Has it been picked? Has it been shipped? Has it been delivered? Integrating your fulfillment to your inventory and order management allows for a customer experience that is consistent across all of your sales channels. And this is another key point. You want to make sure that in your omni-channel solution, purchasing from Facebook has the same shipping times and fulfillment experience as purchasing directly from your online website. And then finally, customer service. And this is one that's not always thought about, but fits nicely into an omni-channel solution where everything is integrated and the data and insights are being shared across all of your channels. Delivering a unified customer experience simultaneously across all channels means that you have to integrate your text, social, email, and instant messaging. Seamless integration allows a customer to switch between multiple channels without any degradation in quality of service. Connecting each touch point and being able to manage each from one dashboard from one place positions stores to support customers more quickly and more efficiently. And then measuring results is vital to improving that omni-channel customer experience. Although customer expectations used to vary by channel, the majority now expect a real-time service regardless of channel. Customers spend more money and make more repeat purchases from stores that deliver excellent customer service. Unified communications start with your customer relationship management platform, but customer service only platforms can fill in any gaps that exist during and after sale. And so I've talked about the 3 secrets to success. I've talked about some marketing tips and tricks that our top merchants are using. And then finally, a tech stack that helps tie it all together. And I hope it has provided some insights into what our top merchants are doing in market today and ways that you can think of changing how you operate your business to maximize on the omni-channel opportunity. And from there, I will take it over to Q&A.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sean. There's some great, fantastic insights in there, especially if you're looking at, omni-channel retailer, you're trying to optimize the strategy right now. I want to open up to attendee questions. So again, please use the Q&A feature in our webinar, and I will try to get through as many of them as I can. Just a quick reminder, we are going to answer these all in a follow-up blog. So don't feel bad if your question hasn't gotten by the end of the webinar. We will address it. But the first one I want to jump right into, this question comes from Harrison. Harrison asks, what are the most used apps on Shopify stores, and how can those apps help small businesses?
Oh, that's a good question. So I don't have the exact data of what the top apps are in the store, but I can tell you that it usually goes around filling feature gaps or functionality. Shopify doesn't do everything as a product. We do a lot, but we rely on partners like Webgility to add functionality and add those that have in store. Oh, And so, or sorry, we don't have on our platform on their own. Sorry, somebody was calling me there, so I had to throw my phone against the wall.
We're live. We're live.
Yeah. So an example would be accounting integrations or sharing a data layer that Shopify doesn't share within its core product. So providing insights, and I talk about this in the omnichannel presentation, but a lot of the stuff like understanding that marketing journey, attribution of how a customer might have found your checkout, this can be provided by the insights that applications provide. Or post-sale. So when you're actually managing operations or looking for insights post-sale or in your business, a tool like Webgility will provide those additional insights to you, as well as help connect it to your other platforms, say QuickBooks, for example, that so you're not doing double entry accounting and losing time and spending time there when you should be spending it in your storefront. Other examples differ between what sales channels you're using on Shopify. So I focus on the bricks and mortar world a little more than online. And in bricks and mortar, there's all sorts of unique challenges a merchant might face that they don't necessarily have online. One example would be staffing or payroll or staff scheduling, or even just understanding what your customer volume is coming through your doors. Easy to understand how many people visit your website. It's a little tougher to count customers walking in and out and did they actually buy something. So these are applications that are used there, but usually connecting apps, insight applications, or apps that provide something unique to your business and what your business is looking for. And Shopify has got a great ecosystem to help provide that. Yeah.
Oh, great question, Harrison. Thanks for asking that one. I've got a couple more here that have come in for you, Sean. This question comes from Sarah. Sarah asks, if I'm currently selling online and through a physical store and use Shopify to sell online, how can I integrate the digital Shopify experience into my physical store today?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. Shopify has an in-store point of sale system that integrates natively into our platform. So if you think of one place that's managing inventory, all of your customer and order data, and then that one place is connected to your online, which would be your one sales channel, your online sales channel, and then Shopify point of sale being connected to all of that, but to facilitate your in-store selling and inventory management and customer interactions in store. And so that can all be interconnected into natively on Shopify's products. And then as an extension of that, Shopify has integrations into marketplaces. So eBay, for example, that integration is something where you can connect your Shopify platform to eBay, and all of a sudden something that might sell there will reduce inventory on your point of sale and your online store in real time. And there's examples of other types of sales channels that you can integrate, social being another one.
Oh, great. Thank you so much, Sarah, for the question. This one comes from James. I'm selling on multiple channels, Amazon and Shopify. How do I get my data in both of these places into just one view? I am so done with spreadsheets. I feel you, James. Absolutely. Great question. Yeah, Sean, I'll let you jump in and we can hash this out and see if we can help James.
Yeah, so again, like that works to understanding what marketplaces. So some of those marketplaces Shopify will integrate with through integrations that are readily available and free within the app marketplace, or that you can enable right within your Shopify UX UI. So right within your user experience, if you're to log into your My Shopify account and then look at your user dashboard, and on the left-hand side, there should be a place to add sales channels, and you can connect to sales channels like eBay or Amazon or the social channels that I was mentioning in the presentation, right from within there. Or you can look at applications in the app marketplace that provide connections and probably provide an additional layer of value and insights depending on what your business needs are. So again, like Shopify does a lot, but we don't do everything, and we rely on our partners and our application and technology partners to accelerate and be experts in those spaces. And some of that space is insights from those connections or facilitating those connections altogether.
Yep, absolutely. And I'll kind of take the end tail of that there, James. So another great example is actually something that Webgility does help with is product listing, inventory management, and helping get some of that financial data into your accounting system like QuickBooks. That's something that we work closely with Shopify on to help consolidate that data and just get you out of those spreadsheets, as you mentioned. Um, it looks like we're kind of right at the end of the time. I've got just one more question that I'll cover. But again, if you have more questions, don't hold off. Feel free to keep loading those in there. We are going to put those into that blog. So we'll jump into this last one. I think this is a great question. It comes from Julie. What are the top signs that your business is not ready for omni-channel commerce?
Top signs that your business is not ready for omni-channel commerce. So sign number one is that you might be selling on multiple channels, meaning you sell in person, you have an online store, you are maybe selling on social as well. But if they're not interconnected, then you're not able to take advantage of what omni-channel actually is, what the definition of it is. And that's having all of those channels connected, sharing data, sharing insights with one another, and then actually being able to speak that data back to you. So number one would be if you have those channels active, but they're not integrated in any manner, then you can't really take an omni-channel strategy or an omni-channel approach. Another one would be if you're only selling on one channel. So if you only sell in person or offline, then you need to investigate, how can I have another channel? How can I have another way to reach my customers when my store is closed? Online is an excellent example of being able to reach your customers 24/7. They can reach you by going directly to your website. And so when you investigate another sales channel to activate, now you have two ways to reach your customers. And a great example is the last year when so many merchants moved into online for the first time because unfortunately their stores were mandated closed and their customers couldn't come to their storefront. So how could they reach their customers? How could they continue to sell to them either products or services when their stores were locked down? Well, open up a store that's online and that's available 24/7. And if you have the two, now you can say, okay, how do I connect them? How do I make sure that they're speaking to one another? And then I can look for the insights that Sean talked about earlier on the secrets to success. I can see, do they start visiting my website? Do almost all my customers go to my website first? Or do they start with my in-person store? Is my in-person store the magnet that creates the brand visibility of my store? Is it my billboard? And then I start moving those customers into online checkout. And what's the percentage split? How many are shopping on one or the other? And these are the things that I can go on forever about in the omni-channel world.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sean. And I definitely want to thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to share all these insights today. Unfortunately, our time has run out, but I just want to remind folks that if we didn't get to your question, I see you over here, Tim. I see Felipe, Jessica, Kim. I see your questions. We're actually going to take those, pop them into a blog so that we can deep dive. We'll continue this conversation with Sean so that we can make sure that those questions get answered for you after today's session. So we didn't miss them. I do see them there. And I just want to say, if you guys are interested in learning a little bit more about, how Webgility and Shopify work together and how we're really kind of working to eliminate that omni-channel chaos, I want to invite you guys sign up for a free demo. I've got the link here on the screen. A team member of mine will pop it into the chat for you guys, and you can kind of see like how those solutions are working together. What we're doing to sort of create a better omni-channel experience and get you out of some of those data headaches and issues that Sean mentioned, like overselling or inventory. So there's some great pieces there. I encourage you guys to sign up for that and let us know if we can spend some time one-on-one talking through it. But on behalf of Webgility and Shopify, I just want to express my appreciation for everybody who took time today to join us. We're definitely committed as a team to really helping these businesses achieve that high growth, both online and in storefront, and really just fuel your guys' profitability. So hopefully we've been able to offer you guys some actionable tips, something you could take back to your business and implement. But until next time, I'm wishing you guys all health and prosperity. lifestyle. Thank you for joining us today. Take care, everyone.